Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be doing another hunt through $50 worth of pennies, or 5,000 total pennies. Now I'm really excited. So the thing is, we often do these hunts, but the difference is, if you've been following along, that I just finished up a series where I hunted 100,000 pennies, and now that that's over, I'm going to be doing another 100,000. So I cleared out the folders. I still know which ones would be like a super good find, where it's something I've never ever found before, but we're going to be restarting with the folders, so that should give us some more entertainment as we pick out good coins that probably would have been found already but will be new to this specific hunt. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with an ender check, and then we'll just show you roll by roll when we find something. So there were no enders, but we got a Canadian 2004 and our first wheat penny here, and it's going to be a folder filler no matter what. That's going to be 1952, so that'll fit well. Again, we're just comparing to the last 100,000 pennies that we searched as we do this, so I'll have some totals in terms of the average number of wheats hunted, but 1 in 2 rolls is definitely going to be ahead of the average. And we got another find, very next roll, and it's another coin. This one is a 1951D, so check out the back. Nothing too special, but that'll be the first 1951D that we add to this next batch as well. And we got a face-up WHEATIE here. It's going to be a 1956, so that's also the first time we're seeing that for these folders. And at this point, we've got 80 rolls left. It actually took about 17 rolls total, which was more than I'd like it to take to get our next one. But the thing is that we're shooting for an average of about 13.6 wheat pennies a box, which is actually pretty high. And we'll see if we can match that in terms of our past hunts compared to this one. And that pace seems to be picking up a little bit. 2 rolls later, 1953, also going to be unique. So happy to add that one in and keep going here. We're not yet at the halfway point, so there's definitely hope for a rally as things get going. A few rolls later, we're going to have a double reveal. This one doesn't look too old. We'll see what the date is. 1955, no doubling, but again, another date we haven't found yet, as well as this one, which is a 2000 Canadian penny. 3 more rolls and another reveal, hoping for something early. 1958D is the opposite of early. That's the latest date that the wheat pennies were made, but still solid, over 60 years ago. 1958D, Denver Mint. So cool addition to our hunt. And here, after a few reveals, we have a face-up find, 1948, our oldest so far, also new. So pumped about that. And now I think we have 9 rolls left in our first box before we have another 50 after that. And felt like a little while again because we didn't find too much, but then we got these finds, so 1945 and 1957D. I think, if I remember correctly, both of these are going to also be new to our folder. So happy about both of those, and we'll do the last 2 rolls of this first box. And we got a pretty mediocre first box. We had 9 wheat pennies and 4 Canadians. And we have a reveal, very first coin that we're going to find, and it's our first roll of the second box. Looks a little worn. Wow. Sweet. 1929S. Not only is that's so cool. That's the first 1920s mint mark coin we found. It's the first, actually, we found a 1917S, but I even think that 29S is harder to find. That is such a cool find. It's really tough to get a coin like that, so not only is that going to be new in our series, because we did restart the folders, but that's new in our overall series in terms of I've never found a 1929S before. So that's easily going to be, well, hopefully not, but I would totally be happy with this being the highlight of our hunt. Best coin I've found in a long time. And 6 rolls later, we get another find that does not disappoint. This one is a 1955D penny, first in our reset folders, and a good pickup, outside of that as well. Next roll didn't have anything, but this one does. There's a 1974 Canadian in the background, and then another 1955D. Cool to get 2 of them in a row, getting a solid showing from the Denver Mint so far, as well as, I guess I should say, for those of you who don't know, 1929S means that it was made in San Francisco, which is considered the rare mint on these pennies. And we got another wheat penny find. This one we've already made during this hunt, but in 1958D. So still got, looks like 34 rolls left. And check that out. That looks like 3 rolls later we got 1941. Also going to be a slightly older find. The 1929S, of course, still I'm pretty pumped about that one. So we got 29 rolls left. And this second box really got some awesome, pieces to it. Check that out. 1995, 1 cent. I know I found one of these pig coins before. I want to say Barbados. No, it's Bermuda. So a different B country. But yeah, we got a neat foreign. It's pretty rare to get these. I think that I had something like 10 out of the last 100,000 that were foreigns that weren't from Canada. So it's cool that we got to experience one of those in these hunts. That means most of the time, I think it was 9 out of 100,000, we're not going to get one in one of these 5,000 penny hunts. Awesome find, and that makes 2 pretty out of the ordinary ones for today. And just being honest, it's been a really long time since we last got a wheat penny, but we've got 9 rolls left, and we're going to add a 1956, which we already found, but our 6th coin of this box. That brings our total to 15 today. Hopefully we can tick that up with a few more finds late here in this last part of the hunt. And the genie, I guess, granted my wishes or whatever. We got 1953D as our first find in the very next roll, and then also this reveal, 1945. So while it's nothing crazy or super new, we did get some awesome finds that will just add to our total in a significant way. And now with 2 rolls left, this is our third to last. Whoa, 1951S, sweet. So I'm actually going to check if that's I'll call it a legacy find, which would mean that we'd never found it before. It's actually not. We'd already found this in a different hunt, but certainly new for our folder this time, and a really cool second San Francisco wheat penny. That's really pretty uncommon to see that sort of result, so especially in one box. And I almost want to zoom in on that mint mark to see if there's not something protruding there. I don't think so, but I will also be taking a look at these closer at a later time. And now it's time for the final wrap-up, and it's an interesting lesson, as I'll explain, but in terms of the Canadians, we had 8 Canadian pennies. Interestingly enough, the average on this would have been 21 for a 2-box series, but we got this coin, which was one non-Canadian foreign from Bermuda. And the cool thing about that was it's above average. Generally, I think we'd expect something like 0.45 coins, so not even 1. Then in terms of the wheat pennies, we had 18 in total, including this S mint mark. There were 14 different dates, so that was also kind of neat. There wasn't too much in the way of duplicates. Sometimes you get a ton of like 1945s, 1944s, or all the same date. Not the case in this one. And then we had this awesome 1929S. That was one that I've never found before. Really early, rare mint mark. So that was great that we found that. And then again, the average wheat pennies, normally I would find 27.25. Only got 18 in this lot, but I'd probably take this over, if you replace this 29S with 10 random pennies to bring it an above average hunt, or I think you'd have to replace it with 11 doing the math. But anyways, I wouldn't want that. I'd rather have this cool penny, so really happy with the hunt, and I'll look forward to getting into the next batch. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even check out the merchandise below. I'd also, if you want to get in touch with me, go to my website, treasuretownYT.com, my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, my Facebook, TreasureTown, my Twitter, TreasureTownYT. All of those links are going to be in the description. And with that, I'll see you on my future videos.